All right, good morning. Our very first fish of the day for our virtual learning is actually been hinted at with the discussion board. So this is the sea robin, and the sea robin gets its name basically from having an orange underbelly, very much so like the robin, the bird. And we refer to this underbelly on a fish as being the ventral side. So when we're talking about dorsal versus ventral, dorsal would be the backside, hence why they call it a dorsal fin, and then ventral would be the underbelly of that fish. All right, so that orange underbelly is what's given it its name, the sea robin, and the fact that it actually kind of flies on the surface of the water. So very much so like the flying fish, the sea robin can actually get above the surface and flap its pectoral fins, which have been modified to almost look like wings, can actually fly a little bit on the surface of the water and then before it goes back down under. All right, so these guys, they do live on the bottom of the ocean. They are bottom feeders. And what's really, really cool is that they have these modified, evolutionarily modified pectoral fins. So they still have their main pectoral fins, but these 6 spines, or spiny kind of legs, as you could say, actually help them to hunt. So these first 3 spines, or spiky kind of fins, actually lack membranes, and they help detect amino acids or proteins that are actually found in marine invertebrates. So we're talking things like tiny krill, shrimp, lobsters, so all of these little things that don't have a backbone. And this is aiding these fish and actually helping them to hunt because these feelers are sensing out those specific amino acids and helping them to find those marine invertebrates that may be buried in the sediment on the bottom of the ocean. These fish are super cool, not only because they are neat looking, but because they have so many different features that go along with them. So they range from about 12 inches to about 16 inches in length. So pretty good sized fish, about the width of your hands if you're kind of holding them apart. But they have something referred to as drumming, or they do something referred to as drumming. And drumming is an animal behavior that sometimes suggests territoriality or aggressiveness. But basically what it is fish, in order to maintain buoyancy, actually have this air bladder inside of them that helps them to remain buoyant. So it's basically like having a giant balloon in your stomach that helps you maintain that neutral buoyancy in the water rather than sinking all the way down to the bottom or sitting all the way at the top of the surface. So they have this muscle inside, this drumming muscle that actually beats against the air bladder. And as it's beating against the air bladder, it causes it to have this kind of drumming sound. So kind of sound within that particular fish. So these fish don't only make that drumming sound, but they also make kind of a croaking sound. And that croaking sound gives them actually an onomatopoetic name of the gurnard. So it kind of sounds like that. So they go gurnard, gurnard, and that's what gives them another name. So a lot of people will actually call them that rather than referring to them as a sea robin. You can catch these off the coast of North Carolina. We have caught a few off the pier here and there, but they are really, really interesting guys. But once again, bottom dwellers, super cool with their modified pectoral fins that help them to kind of sense out and hunt their prey. And I do have a quick little video to kind of show you what they look like in action. So you can see those little modified pectoral feelers kind of moving around, that bottom dwelling sea robin, which is crazy because evolutionarily that would have been a pectoral fin. And time has proven that these modified ones help them to hunt out their prey, help them to move on the surface. So they're not only kind of walking on the bottom, but like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, they're actually kind of flying at the surface as well. All right, so that is your sea robin. That is your very first fish of the day. Hope you enjoyed it.